It's 11 p.m. and these are the headlines. At least 100 martyrs is the new death toll of a Zionist air attack on the Al-Masawa Sea refugee camp. Details and updates later on. The website Innovation is a new platform launched today in Algiers, a platform that would allow different Algerian enterprises to benefit from important facilitations. Algerian children from our national community in France are arriving to Algeria to spend 2 weeks in summer camps. For some, it's their first visit to their motherland without their parents. Welcome back. Unarmed and forced to displacement, the Palestinian civilians have once again been targeted and cowardly bombed by the criminal Zionist entity, which led to the death of 100 people, mostly women and children. The rescue operations are still ongoing. Meanwhile, the head of communication of the UNRWA affirmed that Gaza may lose an entire generation of children because of the continuous Zionist attacks. Yassine Hamdi.
Despite the decisions and measures taken by the international institutions, the Zionist entity keeps bombing the Palestinian territories. The Zionist army targeted the Tel El-Hawa neighborhood in Gaza, thus killing tens of people. Lately, the Zionist artillery and aviation intensified their attacks on this region. The civil defense found corpses of families under the rubble. According to our correspondent in Gaza, Zionist bombings are still ongoing in the west of Khan Yunis, southern the Gaza Strip. More than 100 Palestinians were killed and tens were injured, mostly children and women. The continuous Zionist attacks forced the 2 million of Gazans to a continuous displacement in a total insecurity. The United Nations deplores the inhuman conditions in which the displaced people live. In Deir el-Balah, in the center of the Gaza Strip, a school of the United Nations Relief and Work Agency shelters 14,000 displaced Palestinians. The shelter ran out of food since the 11th of March, and the kids who were healthy are now unrecognizable because of famine and diseases, which are the results of the continuous Zionist siege and attacks on the Palestinian enclave. Last week, the Zionist entity ordered the displacement of 250,000 Palestinians from the east of Khan Yunis. The head of the communication of the UNRWA affirmed that Gaza is about to lose an entire generation of children because of the daily Zionist attacks. Since the beginning of this genocide, more than 600,000 children couldn't attend class because the Zionist entity bombed the 2/3 of the schools of the agency. The barbaric and inhuman Zionist actions turned schools in Gaza from educational places to overcrowded shelters, then to cemeteries.
And the International Court of Justice will deliver its opinion on July 19th over the Zionist aggressions, and this in respect of the legal consequences arising from the policies and practices of the Zionist entity in the occupied Palestinian territories, including Al-Quds. According to the press release, the public sitting will take place at the Peace Palace in The Hague, the seat of the court, during which the president of the court will read out the advisory opinion. And the signature collection operation continues across the entire national territory, carried out by several parties, such as the FLN Party, the Democratic National Rally, Al-Mustaqbal Front, as well as the National Construction Movement, Fuzia Taj and Najh Tayar.
All over the country, the political organizations are diligent collecting signatures needed to be present in the upcoming presidential elections on September 7th. Several parties have joined forces to present a consensus candidate for the next term. The FLN Party is an example with its mobilization to make this crucial step a success.
The FLN backs the candidate Abdelmajid Tebboune for a second term. The party members have come from everywhere to collect their subscription quota forms.
At the Democratic National Rally headquarters operations room, a roadmap have been set and a strategy have been adjusted for the collection of signatures.
The citizen Abdelmajid Tebboune has responded favorably to the call of the party and the other parties which are significant contributors to political scene. We have over 5,000 elected members through the country.
For its part, the Mustaqbal Front is doubling its efforts to collect 50,000 required signatures.
كل منتخبي الحزب جاهزين ومجندون من
All the
أجل
party's elected members are mobilized and ready to supervise the signature gathering operation. Our party's executives and activists are called upon to ensure the smooth running of this operation.
Signatures collection caravans has also from the National Construction Movement body headquarters towards various provinces, counting on its militant base to collect signatures.
We've just finished distributing the 50,000 subscription forms. Everyone is mobilized for the election date.
All political parties agree on the state's significance. Thus, they spare no effort in signatures collection to elect Algeria's future president.
And during a visit to the printing works in Algiers, the Minister of Communication, Mohamed Lagab, confirmed that all the printing institutions would be merged into a single national company. He added that this inspection visit comes in anticipation for the presidential elections.
All the printing houses will be merged under the Algerian Printing Company. The 5 printing houses will be part of one company with 2 branches, one in Ouargla and the other one in Bachar.
And moving on to the launch of a new innovation platform that would allow enterprises to benefit from tax advantages and encourage competition. Information Day on Innovation and New Measures with Badi Amani and Rania Bahri.
The state supports startups through incentive measures aimed at encouraging the knowledge economy. The launch of the innovation platform will allow companies to benefit from tax advantages and encourage competition.
Today's event is dedicated to announce important measures for a knowledge-based economy. First of all, this is the launch of the innovation platform which will allow Algerian companies, wherever they're standing, to benefit from significant tax concessions as part of investment in research and development. Scientific research and innovation at the level of university establishments have a positive impact on the development of the national economy and the creation of an innovative environment, thanks to the partnership between the higher education and scientific research and the startup and knowledge economy sectors.
The opportunity was also for the Minister of the Knowledge Economy and Startups to announce the launch of the Kickstart program, which encourages the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovative project leaders. The objective through this approach is the creation of a network of innovative companies with added value through the financing program for innovative project leaders, which will make it possible to cover costs, among other things, incubation. The first stage concerns 22 incubators and 220 innovative project leaders across the national territory. Algeria is turning to startups to develop its economy and thus escape dependence on foreign countries.
And the Minister of Transport, Mohamed Al-Habib Zahana, presided over the graduation ceremony of the 49th class of Merchant Navy officers at the National Maritime Academy in Bousmaïl in the province of Tipaza. The ceremony was attended by officials, elected representatives, and executives from the maritime transport sector, an event marked by the presentation of diplomas and honoring of former teachers and directors of the academy. The 49th graduation class is made up of 77 master's degree students, state engineers in navigation sciences and naval mechanics, coincides with the 50th anniversary of the creation of the academy. In a speech delivered on this occasion, the Minister of Transport stressed that this training provided by the National Maritime Academy for Ismail is aimed at meeting the challenges of maritime safety and security, as well as environmental protection in the context of sustainable development, in line with the governmental policy of enhancing the quality of maritime transport. And the former mujahid and journalist from the Algérie Press Service Agency, Ramadan Tamzi, passed away today in Tizi Ouzou at the age of 94, following a long illness. The late was one of the earliest activists in the national movement. He was a liaison officer during the War of the National Liberation. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And on the occasion of the 62nd anniversary of the Independence Day, the residents of Jaya province benefited from housing distribution program. The process included more than 7,000 housing units combined, in addition to 2,500 financial aid decisions for rural housing distributed all across the province.
A well-designed and thoughtful urban development project offering a breathtaking view on Bijaya province. Nearly 3,000 beneficiaries of AADL housing program received the keys of their apartments in the urban center of Sidi Bouderham.
We can't express our joy and happiness. The whole family occupied a 2-room apartment. We thank the President of the Republic for this accommodation. After a wait of 11 years, we finally got the keys of our house, thank God.
A double celebration for the beneficiaries of this housing formula who benefited from their apartments on the occasion of the 62nd anniversary of independence.
I thank everyone who contributed and helped us to get our keys.
The largest part of this operation was reserved for the allocation of financial aid decisions for rural housing.
We have distributed more than 2,100 public rental housing units in 6 municipalities, 2,700 AADL housing units, as well as 2,500 financial aid decisions for rural housing covering 52 municipalities in the province.
It is thanks to the will of the state and its determination in terms of housing of all types that the distribution of 7,500 housing units was carried out with the sole aim of improving the living environment of citizens, notably in Bijaya province.
Sports. The Algerian middle distance runner Jamal Sujati won the 800 meters at Monaco meeting held on Friday as part of the 9th leg of the 2024 Diamond League in athletics, setting by that a new national record. Congratulations. And always smiles. Algerian children from our national community in France keep arriving to Algeria to spend 2 amazing weeks in summer camps. And for some of them, it's their first visit to their motherland without their parents.
It's a great day for the Awisi family. The kids are excited to visit their motherland, while their parents are happy and stressed at the same time.
C'est une première fois pour moi d'aller en Algérie
I'll visit Algeria for the first time and without my parents. It's a dream come true.
Sans mes parents.
Adel will share his dream with his 2 older sisters who are ready to live the adventure of the holiday camps in Algeria and plan to go back with their parents.
Je vais repartir en août, ça va être trop bien.
We'll go back in August. It will be amazing. I hope I'll have fun with the other children.
Je viens m'amuser avec plein d'autres enfants.
It will be a good experience for them. They'll visit Algeria for the first time. I thank the President Tebboune.
Un remerciement au président, Monsieur Tebboune.
Once the children gathered, the supervisors give the final instructions for the smooth running of the trip.
I supervise 124 children from 10 to 14 years old and 14 French-Algerian animators who will collaborate with Algerian animators.
Adel, Sofia and Alia have safely arrived to Algeria and are already having fun in this amazing beach under the supervision of the Grand Mosque of Paris.
And that was it for today's news. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.